A brief history of olive oil production in Greece. Greece is the third highest olive oil producer in the world, following Italy and Spain, and more than 80% of the production is extra virgin olive oil. Currently, is the major olive variety grown in Greece. It has a very small size, a fruity flavor, and produces high quality olive oil with a unique taste and golden green color. It is mainly grown on the island of Crete and Peloponnese and accounts for 65% of the total agricultural growth output. There are near 520,000 olive oil growers on the island, and on a 1,200,000 hectares of land. This shows that there is no large scale industrialized olive oil farming. Greek olive oil is of superior quality and is and because 80% of the production is extra virgin oil compared with 65% in Italy and 30% in Spain, with Italy being the main export destination covering 73% share. According to Swazi in 2015, in 2012 alone, 60% of Greece olive oil output was shipped to Italy, packaged and labeled in Italian bottles, and then sold around the world as Italian brands, thereby making Italy to profit making Italy to profit more than Greece, which is the producing country. And what it shows is that Greece has a high comparative advantage in terms of high quality olive oil, while Italy has a strong distribution network and brand names. And it also gave Italy a positive competitive advantage and Greece a negative competitive advantage. This is because, aside the inability of Greek entrepreneurs to find anyone to make bottles in their home country, they also could not secure government loan due to the bad economic and financial situation that the country is facing. In addition to this, there are some government policies that are not favorable for the farmers and entrepreneurs in general, such as the government asking entrepreneurs to pay their taxes a year ahead of time, which the farmers and the even entrepreneurs cannot afford to. And the reason for this request is because of the same bad economic situation that the country is facing. Now, the purpose of our work is to evaluate the global value chain of the olive oil industry in Greece and how competitive it could have been using 5 themes and Michael Porter's Diamond Framework in Competitive Advantage, Porter 2001, to evaluate the lack of competitiveness in the producing country, which is Greece, and what approaches they can adopt to overcome the situation. In theme 1, we would talk about the export orientation as a blueprint for development of the olive oil industry in Greece. In theme 2, we would evaluate the value chain and we will evaluate the driving points of change such as demand versus supply of the products under evaluation, which is the olive oil industry, the domestic drivers versus the international drivers of the chain. The third frame will be considering how small players can adopt to intra-chain upgrading to become global players, either by becoming large farmers or by trading and processing, or even by partnering with international farmers, such that they can have they can be able to get some farming tools that they can use to farm on a global scale. Then in theme 4, our focus is going to be on specialization and product differentiation of the Greek olive oil in the global market for competitiveness. How can they break out beyond supply mainly to Italy, considering how unfavorable the partnership is for Greece global competitiveness. Then theme 5, we will extensively talk about how the government policies are adversely affecting the industry. How can the government make this industry more attractive for the existing farmers and for the newcomers? What are the incentives that the government can give to the farmers such that it will help this industry to grow, and in on the long run it would also benefit the economy, the dwindling economy of Greece. These are the basic things that we are going to be talking about in our evaluation process. Thank you.
Emphasis on export orientation as a blueprint for development. The top 3 olive oil producers are Italy, Spain, and Greece, in the third position. One of the factors that affect olive oil production in Greece is the weather and the rough terrain where it is often planted. In those places, large harvesting is not conceivable. More than 80% of olive oil harvested in the year is extra good quality or extra virgin, and the per capita consumption in the country is 20 kilometers a year. 90% is traded to the European Union, 80% in mass, and 10% under the country brand names. Greece has renowned for harvesting high quality olive oil, but its traditional processing methods are expensive, while Italy has the best production ability, blending, bottling, and labeling. On the other hand, the highest producer of olive oil is Spain, therefore has the lowest production costs. This graph reveals the olive oil world production. The darkest one shows how the production is growing through the time. Since early 19th to 2021, we can observe an increase. The red one is the European countries producer. It is the dominant block production. This graph reveals the imports by countries of origin and crop of year, the European countries. We can see the 4 countries dominant are Spain, Greece, Portugal, and Italy. And Greece is the second choice to be imported olive oil by other countries after Spain, who is the largest producer in the European Union. This chart shows us the olive oil imports by country of origin and quality of product. But if we match 2 elements, imports and quality of product, we can observe that Greece has a better position than Italy, but still has a better indicator in one of the categories if we compare with Spain. But that advantage we can appreciate in the export prices. We can see that Greece has a lower price than Italy. Italy is the strongest in the block, but because Italy is selling brand names. The olive oil industry in the European Union has supporting policies with the aim of rural development across the bloc. For example, CAP New Reform and committees, expert groups, and many other guidelines elaborated by the European Commission to achieve development inside of the bloc. So, in order to continue growth in the industry, Greece needs to change the traditional process of sowing, harvesting, and develop the following processes of the value chain. It is important to find new proper land that allow the sow and harvest on an industrial scale, and at the same time support the industry in the process of bottled and labeled on a big scale. This approach is going to boost its national competitiveness by the use of new technologies through the whole process of production and the Greek industry expertise. Olive oil is a growing market in many countries, therefore a good opportunity to take over. Greece has a competitive advantage in the process of sowing and harvesting in the countries out of the European Union, whilst inside of the bloc is competitive in olive oil quality and the majority is selling to Italy, who bottle it and label it under Italy brand's name and has a better right in prices. One of the options to improve the competitive grape oil olive oil is developing clusters that allow the grape farmers low cost in key process such as bottling and labeling.
Hi, I am Pawan Pathak and my topic is Theme 2, which emphasizes on the driving points of global value chain. So, according to International Olive Oil Council, about 85% of olive oil originates from EU Mediterranean member states, out of which Greece accounts for 11% of olive oil production. According to data, Greece is the third largest olive oil producer in the world. Greece's competitiveness in global value chain lies in the driving points such as demand-driven, producer-driven, and related and supported industries. Now let's first talk about demand-driven. According to Porter in 1990, larger the size of home market, the higher the buyer pressure, and therefore company strives to gain competitive advantage through innovative strategies in those nations where there is a high demand for the product. According to Porter in 1990, larger the size of home market, higher the buyer pressure, and therefore company strives to gain a competitive advantage through innovative strategies in those nations where there are high demand for the products. So gaining competitiveness at early stage makes local companies compete in the global environment. According to the data by International Olive Oil Corporation, Spain, Italy and Greece consume almost half of the olive oil produced. And adding to it, in recent years, people living in this region and across the world have become health conscious. They prefer low fat oil for their diet, resulting in rising demand for olive oil. Therefore, demand is vital for olive oil to grow, which in turn increases its competitiveness in global value chain. Now, despite considering the growth in the demand of olive oil market and emergence of new market such as UK and Germany, Greece lost market share to Italy and Spain. The main reason for this is stated by Porter. It is as simple as this. Cluster industries are important for competitive advantage for any nation. There should be supporting industries related to particular industry in order to achieve competency. In the case of Greece, there is inadequate support for olive oil industry. For example, packing industry is too small and fragmented compared to the production of extra virgin oil. Even there are smaller number of processing units. Therefore, nations like Italy and Spain took the advantages of these weaknesses and tried to achieve competency in the global value chain. So Greece depends on Italy and Spain for processing and packaging of olive oil, thus losing competitive advantage due to inefficiency in the related and supported industries for olive oil. Related and supported industry play a significant role in global value chain competitiveness. And in case of olive oil, if Greece had related and supported industries, then it could have been a market leader. Now let's talk about producer driven. Factors such as land, labor, weather condition, natural resources, capital, infrastructure decide whether a nation is suitable for production of particular goods or raw material. Greece has favorable weather condition for growth of olive oil. While labors are expensive compared to nations like Turkey, Morocco, Tunisia, and Lebanon, Greece used its expertise despite high cost labor. They focused on high value end products. Greece produces extra virgin oil for 80% of its production, which is considered of superior quality olive oil in the whole world. Therefore, Greece competency is achieved by producing high-end value product. In global, therefore Greece competency is achieved in high-end value product. That is, despite the high-cost labor in Greece, they concentrated or they focused on production of high value olive oil, which is Greek olive oil, and has achieved to sustain competitiveness in global value chain of Greek olive oil.
In recent years, non-traditional, non-producing countries have adapted to the use of virgin olive oil as substitute for fat and oil in terms of feeding. And virgin olive oil is also used for products, skin product and hair products. In terms of specialization, Spain, Greece, and Italy, they are not only known to be the largest producers, they are also known to be largest exporters of virgin olive oil. Consumers in traditional as well as new international markets appear to become more aware of the beneficial qualities of virgin olive oil, and this gives Greece an advantage in terms of competition because they produce unique original virgin olive oil and they are considered as premium products in the market. The comparative advantage of Greek virgin olive oil is the higher quality and standard it possesses, which gives it a comparative advantage over Italy and Spain. Olive oil increasing from 70% in 1990 to 80% in 2014. In the same vein, international organizations and industry representatives are pushing for more controls and higher quality standard concerning the determination of commercial grade of virgin olive oil, in the sense that there is high demand for virgin olive oil as of now. The stricter definition of extra virgin olive oil would offer an advantage for the Greek producers, since most of the Greek production is extra virgin olive oil. This is their specialty. This country specializes in producing virgin olive oil. So the world demanding for this product gives them an advantage because they have it in excess. Through the theory of absolute advantage, each country would specialize in a product which it is uniquely suited. In this case, the Greeks specialize in the production of virgin olive oil. A nation's competitiveness depends on its capacity, its ability to upgrade and to be innovative. In Greece, the virgin olive oil industry should be innovative, and they should be able to upgrade this product in the sense of branding and labeling and bottling. This will give them an advantage because then they get to export more of this product to other countries.
Greece should, in theory, be an olive oil superpower. Greece is putting forth a lot of effort to transform those assets into export goods, and the majority of its oil is shipped in bulk to Italy at low price, where it is bottled and sold at premium price in supermarkets across Europe under the premium Italian label. According to the National Bank of Greece, only 27% of Greek items are branded in Greece. The national financial situation was particularly challenging due to the Greek government's debt crisis, and the place to promote the olive oil industry came to halt. The Greek government, on the other hand, has offered substantial financial support for the growth of olive oil. During the last 14 years, there has been significant increase in agriculture. In the Mediterranean dry summer regions, where hundreds of scattered plantations are unable to irrigate themselves, government-funded irrigation infrastructure are important. The government-funded installation of irrigation pipes that run through various plantation sectors. Services such as public relations and social media entertainments, the promotion of the olive industry, the highly valued by Greek governments. It has a separate budget each year to promote our brand for olive oil at international exhibits and to disseminate information about the health benefit of olive oil use. In Greece, there's olive growth areas market-oriented intermediate service organization provides members with full range of service, including production, processing, technology, marketing, and sales.
Although they are said to be specialized in production of virgin olive oil, which makes them gives them a competitive advantage, but they do not have the resources, they do not have the industries that can help in packaging this product, in bottling this product, labeling this product, branding this product, and selling it out to other European countries or the US market or UK, and which would give them a high will set them on the map and give them a high competitive advantage against Italy and Spain.